So let's move on to a great topic. Topic number 8, Luka Doncic. Luka Doncic leading his team to the Olympics, man. For the first time in the country's history, Slovenia is going to the Olympics in men's basketball, and that's thanks to one man. And hey, I know his teammates don't want to hear that, and I'm sure the coaches don't, but it's thanks to one man, Luka Doncic.
Yeah, Luka was awesome in that championship game. The Slovenian team defeated Lithuania to get that automatic bid into the Olympics. Like you mentioned, I believe it's the first time in their country's history. They won 96-85 in that finals game. Luka had a triple-double, 31 points, 11 rebounds, 13 assists.
Wow.
And it's funny, when I heard that Luka had an unbelievable game, I was almost underwhelmed by that stat line because we're so used to seeing Luka get a triple-double in the NBA. So, But just an amazing performance by him. It's almost like he's with the Dallas Mavericks, too, because I feel like he doesn't have enough help there, with the Mavs. And now he's in Slovenia, and he's like, oh, I've been doing this all year.
Yeah, this is easy.
Like this. So this is par for the course for Luka Doncic, right? So very cool for the country. And he looked elated when they won that championship game. Sometimes a guy he's a superstar in the NBA. He's a top 10 player. And the fact that he was psyched about getting Slovenia into the Olympics shows that he's, and you see his teammates lift him up right now. That's a great tweet that we're showing right now.
They should.
Shows that his guys love him there as well. So, sometimes we think these pros that play in the Olympics, they don't care. This doesn't matter. It clearly does. These guys love playing for their countries and the competition and doing things that other players haven't done. And, Doncic needs to continue to grow as a player, and I think he does need to kind of learn a little bit more. I know he's a great distributor of the ball, but he needs to learn a little more about how to use his teammates. And I think when you see something like this is a step in the right direction for Luka Doncic.
Yeah, man, Luka is the man. I love this guy. He's really good. Like I said, I loved him since he was playing in the Euro League, and then he comes over here and is just tearing it up here as well, and then still tearing it up on the international stage going into the Olympics. So, like you said, nothing new for him. It's just an everyday occurrence for Luka Doncic. He's just that good, and I honestly think he's going to be a MVP in the league coming up over the next few years. I think he's really that good. I think he has it in him. It's just, when is it going to happen? Is it 4 or 5 years from now? I think so. Honestly, I think he's got it in him to be that good, to be the MVP of the league. But I think you bring up a good point with how much it meant to him, and you've seen how happy he was and elated at the end of that game. And it was good to see that he still cares. He still cares about these moments, and he cares about his country, and he cares about representing his country and bringing them to the big stage, a stage that they've never been on. So, and to be the one to do it, I mean, this just makes him, I'm sure already he was a hometown hero, right, in Slovenia, but now he's turning into more like a god there, I'm sure, because he's just that great. And he, like I said, this is another young superstar just scratching the surface of what he's capable of doing. And a triple-double, in an Olympic qualifying game, yeah, that's just an everyday occurrence for Luka. And it wouldn't shock me if he puts up some triple-doubles in the Olympics. And we've talked about it being like, hey, other NBA players, especially in the United States, will be waiting for him on that stage. And they all know what he can do. And so, they'll be ready for him. And some other guys that were saying, hey, they're ready and if they're passionate about playing for their country is Damian Lillard and Jason Tatum for the United States team. So I think it proves, like you said, even though they're all professional athletes, that this is still a moment that they do care about, they prepare for, they're looking forward to, and hopefully they're going to put their biggest and best foot forward on this world stage. But yeah, man, look out for Slovenia to make a couple of waves, at least in the stage play of the Olympics, with Luka Doncic leading the way.
Yeah, well, we've been mentioning that we want to have characters coming into the Olympics because we want, Olympic appointment viewing. That was always the case with Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, like you mentioned. Now with basketball, I want to watch the Slovenia versus USA game. Now, the United States will probably, be fine against Slovenia in that one, despite having to go against Luka. But I want to see how Luka fares against those guys. As a Celtics fan, I'd love to see Jason Tatum cover Luka Doncic for a little while, and I think that would be good for him. It's just one of those things where I'm going to try to watch that game if I can. just because Luka Doncic is playing for Slovenia. When in the past, I probably wouldn't watch Slovenia, even if there were some role players on that team from the NBA, some NBA role players. But now that it's this guy that we've been watching for a couple of years now just tear up the NBA, it's going to be another appointment viewing situation for people watching the Olympics. So that'll be a lot of fun.